I'm going to throw a little hypothetical situation because I um, I work with a set of clientele that, when we're talking about goal setting, is particularly challenging. A lot of the clients that I work with have ADHD, and so all of these pieces related to SMART goals, and even things like setting something that is 6, 12 months away, particularly challenging because of difficulties with executive function, so planning, organization, regulation, those types of pieces. um, Separate from that, though, I've definitely been in conversations with clients around what goals they want to set and achieve and so on and so forth. And I've been in conversations with clients around setting that, and they're like, well, okay, well, a specific, I want to lose 100 pounds. Okay, that's kind of specific and it's measurable. I can use a scale. Um, Based on the messaging that they are seeing and hearing, they think that's attainable. It's by the end of the year, so it's timely. And so they're like, okay, that's smart, but it still doesn't take us far enough. How do we shift people from thinking that their goal is smart to breaking it down a little bit further and picking it apart a little bit more so that they can not just focus on now and 12 months from now, but now and next week, now and next month, so on and so forth.
Um, I love how we can make the goals exactly like you said, Brandon. Like somebody can really take that thought and make it fit into that acronym of a SMART goal. I have lots of clients that do that, and part of that is asking people to go, is that an outcome? Because totally what they're looking for and what they're setting a goal around is an outcome. So that is in theory correct. It's an outcome of a goal that they're working towards. But then the challenge back is that is a great outcome goal. What are you going to do then? Like, what are the things that you are going to do? Tell me what those things are. And then that puts it back to, do they know what those things are that they're going to do? And then that can push then that goal into kind of a secondary component. But we are very outcome focused. So we tend to set a lot of goals outcome based, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I could also set that same goal to be like, I want to win the lottery based on the odds that the Lotto Association puts out for me. It's totally attainable because it says that I could win it. Right? So it's outcome based, but I still would have to buy and play those lotto tickets to even, right? So it's a behavior to match that outcome. So I think that's the biggest piece is, are we setting an outcome that also needs a behavior to follow? On the other flip side of that, especially if we're struggling with people, like if it's timing, planning, the biggest thing I'll tell people is don't start with long-term goals. You can have them in the back, but just maybe you're only doing this for a week and then you're going to come back and reassess. And if it isn't something that's valuable to you, you want to do, can do, then you need to adjust. So we have this illusion that goals are set and move on, but it's not. Goals are actually a work in progress constantly throughout the year because we change throughout the year and our situations change throughout the year. So the goals need to be like a working document, basically.
I think that, and that relates back to the points, Matthew, that you mentioned around being behavior focused. So it comes around. By the way, that hypothetical situation was not to discount the SMART structure. It was merely bringing up an actual real world application, or a seeming application of said structure, which can easily be twisted in such a way that people can justify what they're doing to think that they're doing the right thing, intentionally or unintentionally, to then serve or not even serve them well, I think.
Brandon, the biggest way that I see it and we've talked about this before in other episodes, of the concept of health. Being healthy is really hard to define and figure out what that is, right? So that's where those resolutions sometimes even come from. Like, I just want to be healthy. Well, great. Like, that's a great outcome. And of course, that's what we're working towards. But like, what are we going to do about that? Like, what are you going to do to get there? Right. So,
Yeah.